So let me pick up where I left off. Fellas, you keep saying, I'd rather stay single. Women are too much. I don't need the headache. I get it, but let's be real. That is crap. You don't actually want to die alone with a freaking gaming console and a fridge full of frozen pizza. You don't, because guess what? Biology doesn't lie. Men and women were designed for each other. That is masculine and feminine polarity. That's not just some TikTok buzzword. That is nature. That's why when you're with the right woman, everything in your life sharpens. Your drive, your purpose, your discipline, everything. Now, sure, being single is easy. No drama, no compromise, no responsibility. But easy gets old. The hookups get boring. The soulless sex gets depressing. The silence in your house starts getting loud. And then what? You're 40, 50, 60 years old. Nobody by your side. Nobody in your bed. Nobody to build with. That is not freedom. That's failure. Here's the truth. Men need women and women need men. That's a beautiful balance. That's order. That's how we're wired. The problem, though, is too many men give up before they figure us out. They throw their hands up like it's too complicated instead of leaning in and cracking the damn code. When you do crack the code, life gets great. You get respect. You get loyalty. You get passion. You get peace in your home and fire in your bedroom. That's not a bad deal if you ask me. That's a jackpot. So stop lying to yourself that staying single forever is the move. It's not. Master your woman. Don't run from her, because the man who figures out his woman is the man who truly wins at life.
She really said men secretly hate being single, because deep down, they just want someone to sharpen their purpose. Yeah, that's exactly why guys are walking away. Not burnout, not the endless games, just a tragic lack of feminine polarity. The part about men dying alone with a gaming console? Cute. Meanwhile, women are making hour-long monologues about how men are the problem, and somehow still believe they're the prize. The irony writes itself.
This is a question for single guys or just guys in general. When you were single, or if you're single, you're in a social setting and you want to approach a girl, is it more likely for you to approach a girl that's like a 7 out of 10 or under versus a girl that's 10 out of 10? I say this all because I had a girlfriend that's like drop dead gorgeous, maybe an 11 out of 10, right? Like perfect body, amazing personality, beautiful. Guys would never talk to her. We would go out. Guys never gave her the time of day, would never approach her, never talk to her. I had other friends that were definitely under a 7, maybe under a 5. Constantly guys sending over drinks, guys coming up and approaching them. And my thought is because there's less likely they would get rejected for a girl that's a 7 out of 10 or under versus the 10 out of 10. They're afraid that if they approach the 10 out of 10, maybe she'll reject them or not give them the time of day, where they're not going to close the deal there. But if they go for a 7 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10, whatever, it's more likely that they're going to give them the attention. But really, the 10 out of 10 would have given them attention if they would have just approached with confidence, kindness, being a gentleman, and still been able to get her phone number or start the conversation, because she never got approached. She wasn't giving like the resting bitch face or anything like that. She still was interacting with friends. She wasn't on her phone. So just really curious. Let me know in the comments. I want to know what your thought is on this.
She really solved the mystery of modern dating. Men just don't talk to 11 out of 10s because they're too scared. Not because those women act unapproachable. Not because they're glued to their phones. Not because they've made it clear they're not interested. Nope, it's simply fear. Apparently, every man walks into a bar, sees a gorgeous woman, and just collapses under the weight of her beauty. Maybe, just maybe, the reason men aren't lining up is because they've learned that being a gentleman doesn't exactly guarantee a warm response.
Reasons why men are single, still single, after the age of 30. Listen the f up. If he is still single after 30, there is a freaking reason. Probably not because he's just picky. For one, he wants a girlfriend. He does. He wants a girlfriend, but he does not want to put in any of the effort to do so. Or God forbid he needs to delete the roster. Number 2, which is a giant piss off, he thinks therapy is for the weak, but his communication is absolute shit. Like, sir, if anyone needs therapy, it's you. Number 3, he's chasing 22-year-olds or 20-year-olds or 21-year-olds. Baby girl, he is the problem. But not least, he almost dated someone amazing. Now, he either fucked it up, fucked her over, or just wasn't ready at the time, then now he's freaking scared to try with any other amazing girl. Ladies, please send this to a man if he needs to see it. And fellas, if this hurt your feelings, it was probably meant for you.
Apparently, men being single after 30 is a full-blown crisis now. According to her, it's never because they just prefer peace. It's because they refuse to delete their roster, don't believe in therapy, and have the audacity to date younger women. Fascinating. Every reason on that list somehow makes men the villain, and yet she ends by asking women to send it to those same men.
There are so many amazing things about being single. I could go on all day, but here are my top ones. I've written a list, so bear with me. Number one, you get to spend all of your money on yourself. You don't have to spend a penny on the other person if you don't want to. You can spend it on your kids, your pets if you want, but you don't have to. Next one, you can rot in bed all day long if you want to, a la Adam Sandler, in your pants, and there's no one tell you not to. Number three, you can spend all your time, as much time as you want, with your own family and your own friends, something that often gets stopped in a relationship, especially if you've got a controlling girlfriend. Number four, no picking the side of the bed. You can sleep wherever you want. I like to sit like a starfish, so I can do that. No left, no right, you just stay where you want. Next one, and this is a good one, you don't have to pretend to like her family and friends. If you don't like them, like if you've got an annoying girlfriend, you never have to see her again. Mother-in-law, bye-bye. And last but not least, you can eat toast for dinner. Every single night, you can wash it down with a beer, you can wash it down with Jack Daniels, and there is no one to tell you that you can't. Have I missed any? Let me know in the comments. Oh, and before I get, sorry, no sundress today, how amazing it is that the heat has gone, and I love the heat, but how amazing is it that the heavens have opened and it has cooled down. I'm loving it. What about you? Who's enjoying the cooler weather?
Women are now convincing themselves that being single is some kind of achievement. Like eating toast alone and sleeping diagonally is peak empowerment. They talk about it like it's liberation, but it sounds a lot more like damage control. When men say they're fine being single, they're emotionally stunted. When women say it, it's healing. Funny how loneliness becomes self-care the moment it stops being his fault.
There is no male loneliness epidemic. It is a loser epidemic. Men would rather be alone than to evolve and change, than to recognize, wait, maybe I had it wrong. Maybe there's something I need to change. If you can't get a woman because none of them want to be with you, maybe try and figure out why. Instead of making women the problem and saying that their standards are too high, maybe try and figure out why they don't want to be with you. What is it about you that maybe needs to change in order for a woman to want you? And they'll say, oh, there's no more good women left. Women are not like what they used to be. Women used to spend their days in the kitchen. Women only cared about taking care of the house and the kids. Oh yeah, and also women used to take our beatings. Women used to stay quiet. Women didn't complain. Women didn't think they could get better. Women didn't have confidence and self-worth and weren't able to speak up for themselves. And that suited you. That's the kind of person you wanted. If you love your mum's generation so much, cool, maybe marry one of her single friends. Women are not the problem. They have just woken up and realized they deserve better, that they don't actually need anything from these men, and they're only going to accept a man in their life if the man can make their life better. And if you cannot do that, you will not be chosen. If you can't level up and be the kind of man that women of this day and age want, you won't get to have a woman in this day and age. Your tricks are not working anymore. The internalized misogyny, the oppression, all of that is not working anymore. Women are waking up from it. Women are healing. Women are learning to love themselves and their own company. Women are learning to support and love each other and have communities and have friendships that are valuable and fulfilling. We now know that getting married and having children is a choice, that you don't have to do that, that is not what makes you successful or fulfilled in life. In fact, having kids when you haven't healed yourself and you don't know your own worth is actually the problem. It's why so many, if not all of us, have childhood traumas, have issues. What's happening right now is very normal. It's called evolution. It's happened many times before. When conditions change in the world, you either evolve to survive or you get left behind. This is evolution. Instead of complaining about it, evolve.
Men being told loneliness isn't real, it's just them being losers, is the perfect snapshot of modern empathy. The same people preaching emotional intelligence will mock men for expressing isolation. It's not evolution, it's erasure. A generation demanding men evolve into something they don't even respect.
Ever since being single, I've really realized how much people pity single people. Like every time I say I'm single, everyone has to say like, don't worry, you're gonna find your person, a man will come, like don't worry. Girl, I'm not worried. I'm actually not worried, like in the slightest. I'm actually really happy. I'm actually really free. I'm actually really enjoying my time. I'm actually self-sufficient. I can take care of myself. I pay my own bills. I'm actually good. This like weird idea that like, don't worry, your life will start when you find a man is so weird to me. Like, my life has started. My life is thriving, actually. And when a man comes, sure, I'll be excited. Sure, I love like a little attention, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I'm not sitting here waiting for life to get good when I finally meet the one. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the one. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm the one, guys. We don't have to feel bad. So next time people say they're in a relationship, I think I'm going to be like, oh, don't worry. Don't worry. You'll feel that breath of fresh air again one day. Don't worry. Maybe you guys will break up. Don't worry.
Honestly, this is the kind of confidence that feels real. She's not trying to prove anything or disguise bitterness as independence. She just sounds like someone genuinely content with her own life. And that's refreshing to hear. She's happy, stable, and self-sufficient, and there's no hint of resentment in her tone. That's the kind of energy that actually makes being single look peaceful instead of defensive. It's not rebellion, it's just maturity.
You know, I think it's time I put my 2 cents in on this male loneliness epidemic that we're having. I think if men were just to stay celibate, okay, and save themselves for marriage, there wouldn't be this problem. You know, like, women don't want men who have been ran through. Women don't want men who have slept around, who have been used, you know, who just keep their swinging thing just hanging out for anyone and everyone. Like, you just need to stay celibate. And the male loneliness epidemic will end, I promise you. Like, women don't want men who are used and washed up. That's it. Save yourself for marriage.
Women are now saying the male loneliness epidemic would magically disappear if men just stayed celibate. Apparently, all a guy has to do is keep it zipped, wait until marriage, and voila, problem solved. Because nothing screams modern dating solution, like expecting men to live like monks while pretending women are lining up for virgins. According to this logic, women don't want men who are ran through, used, or washed up. Right, because that standard only ever applies one way. So basically, men should be pure, untouched, and waiting patiently at the altar for women who spent years telling them to get experience. Brilliant plan.
Do you want to know what it's like dating in 2025? Because I'm about to tell you. This past weekend, I was disappointed by not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 men. 4 men. Friday comes around. This man that I've been talking to, we matched on Raya. He's like, I'm going to be at the bar with some of my friends. It's close to you. Why don't you meet me? So me and my girlfriend have a glass of wine beforehand. I'm waiting for him to text me when they get there. They're an hour late. And I'm like, he knows I'm working tomorrow. He knows I only wanted to have 1 drink, but I'm already drunk at this point. Anyway, we get there. Within the first 10 minutes, he quotes Charlie Kirk. And I'm like, no, this man did not just say that. So anyways, I'm thinking, A, we're going to have very different viewpoints. B, we're in Canada. C, it's Friday. Like, why are we talking politics right now? And like women's rights. Like, let's just not, okay? I don't want to have to defend us. Ugh. But I do, because I can't not. So we talk politics for like an hour pretty much. And obviously I'm never going to see this man again, ever. Like, we just, no. So he texts me later and he's like, was so lovely meeting you. I really appreciate you. Happy we got the politics out of the way. For the record, I don't believe that men are superior to women. If you have to clarify that, I'm good. We're good. I'm sorry. So I don't text him back. On Sunday night, he sends me like this terrible video that is so misogynist. It's insane. It was from Great Men Society. That's all you really need to know. So I tell him that and I block him because goodbye. And the thing is, I was cooking dinner, thinking about him, thinking, you know what? He did say his friend had a yacht. He was bragging about it like it was his own yacht, but it was his friend's yacht, I figured out. And I was like, you know what? I might just text him back, take one for the team so my girlfriends can get on a boat before summer ends. But when I checked my phone, I had that, so no. Saturday rolls around. I have a date planned at 8 p.m. by this man who asked me out. Okay, he said 8 p.m. on Saturday. I don't usually plan dates on Saturday because I don't want to waste my time on a man, okay? I don't want to waste my weekend. So, but I really he was beautiful. So I was like, you know what, I'll make an exception for the jawline. So Saturday comes around, he still hasn't told me where we're going. And I'm like, I've seen this movie before. So anyway, he ghosts me. Why bother asking me out, okay? So Sunday rolls around, this man that I used to see when I lived in Toronto texts me. And anyways, so I meet up with him. I won't tell you why I was disappointed, but I was. You can put the pieces together. Wasn't very 50-50, that's all I'm gonna say. Sunday night comes around. I'm like so excited because it's my night to just chill, watch Housewives, cook dinner, maybe Uber Eats, you know, just live my life, smoke a little. Anyway, this man DMs me, okay? He says, I'm an hour away from you. Why don't I come to your neighborhood, take you out for a glass of wine or something? So I'm like, yeah, you know what? This place is open until midnight. I really wanted to have some couch time, but you're in a new city, Catherine. Like, get out there, find your husband. So I start putting my makeup on, okay? I'd already done full skincare, everything. Start putting on my makeup, full foundation, contour. We have concealer going on. He DMs me. And this is after he said, I'll pick you up in half an hour, blah, blah, blah. It's confirmed. And he says, oh my God, sorry, I got my dates mixed up. I have to be up so early tomorrow. So I ghost him, which is warranted, okay? I'm not a ghoster. Sometimes I am, but like when it's warranted, okay? So anyway, I am going on a date tonight with a woman because men just, they're disappointing, okay? And they're not going to appreciate these shoulder pads. So why do I try?
4 dates in 1 weekend. And she's the victim? Nah. That's a full-time job with overtime. And she's still shocked that none of them worked out. First guy quotes Charlie Kirk, and she acts like that's a hate crime. She wanted a man with opinions until she got one. Second guy? The jawline had her scheduling him on a Saturday like it's prime time. But when he ghosts, suddenly men are the problem, not her decision-making. Third guy, she says it wasn't very 50-50. Yeah, because equality only counts when the bill arrives. And the last one, she's already doing skincare, contour, full foundation, for a man she doesn't even know yet. Then he cancels, and somehow it's proof men are broken. 4 dates, 4 fails? Maybe it's not the men. Maybe the common denominator is the one reapplying lip gloss between disappointments.